Hi, I'm gonna give a very raw video for this one, no editing, no anything. Sorry if the audio is kind of whack, that's because I'm not using the microphone that I normally use. But I just had a profound experience and I just want to document it as fast as I can. I talked with a aspect of myself that I had completely shut out for longer than I thought, and I didn't even really realize I was shutting out completely until as of late. So let me give a little backstory. So for those of you that don't know, I was working when I first started making this YouTube, and I got laid off on February 8th from a position at a music store that I worked at. Towards the end of working there, I was not having a lot of, this is a little bit right there. I was not having a lot of fun. I was really neglecting the childlike part of myself. I felt not a lot of love there, at least for myself, and I'd worked there a lot during low points of my life, so there was a lot of negative energy inside that store, and more often than not, I just felt trapped in there, not only like physically, but mentally, creatively, everything. That store sucked up a lot of my time. Whenever I was going there, I was always thinking about being able to do what I'm doing now, and that's why I've loved not having a job for the past month. It's been phenomenal. But I have been looking for jobs, and I've been a lot more picky about what job I want. And today, I actually got a call from one of the places that I'd applied to, which I'd forgotten about. But the job itself didn't sound that nice, but the pay, and it was full time. That's really what called me to it. And I got a call from them, and all of a sudden, I got scared. I got really scared. I noticed my heart was racing really hard, and I was thinking to myself, like, why am I freaking out? I have no reason to be freaking out. This man is just asking my name, what are my hours, and it was a normal phone interview, and I stopped. And what was going on is I was actually going to start meditating for the content of the next video that I was going to make. And instead, I decided to meditate and figure out what was happening. Well, with all the creativeness that I've been doing and doing everything that's been making me happy, what I've actually done is connect with my childlike self again for the first time in a long time, which meant that my childlike self had a voice now, had a say. It was much more clear, it was much more there. And the literal conversation was, I don't want to go back. He reminds me of Ryan. And Ryan was actually one of the managers that worked at the store that I worked at, that was very robotic, very tough, very just work. And he made me very nervous and very anxious to be around because I felt like I couldn't be myself. I felt like I had to be a robot to just do this job. I wasn't anything else but a body. And the way this man talked, the way that this man carried himself, it very much reminded me of that. So that part of my body, that aspect of myself, that childlike aspect, was scared that it was going to be shut down again. So I said, it reminds me of Ryan. And I said, well, there's nothing to be scared of. And he said, no, you're going to neglect me again. And so I asked, why do you think that? And he said, because you're going to start working again, 1 to 10 with the hours, he said. I said, there's no time for fun. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to not have fun again. And it's true, when I was working those hourly shifts to just come back and be tired again, it wasn't fun. And oh man, this is crazy. But anyway, I eventually just started to tell myself, like, it's okay, like, we'll figure this out. And I said, no, I don't want to go back. We're not going there. I don't want to do that. And as of late, I've been doing my process of just doing what sounds the most exciting. And so I recorded something that I wanted to edit to be the intro of the next video that I was going to upload, but that didn't sound that exciting because I'd been kind of burnt out, so I was taking a day to myself. And one of my neighbors had actually gotten a job at this coffee place, which the way they talked to me, it sounded like there was much more love there, there was much more joy, it was much more social, there was just a high energy there. And that's really what I want, is just a place where I can feel love. As long as my rent gets paid and as long as I can pay for food, I don't care. I just want to go to a place where I feel love. And I hadn't filled out the application or anything yet, and the office where the only printer is around me was closing within the next hour. So, the only way the universe can really speak to you is in urges. That's about it for what you need to do, is just an urge, and it's up to you whether you want to do that urge or not. So I decided to go lay down and do my astral projection stuff, and that childlike self was like, after this you need to go do the application. I don't want to be neglected again. we need to have fun. And it was worried that, well, it wasn't worried, but I was worried that bills aren't going to get paid within the next few months, and I want to make sure I have that job security. So I went and did the application, and this is like an hour, 45 minutes, not an hour and 45 minutes, but between an hour and 45 minutes to walk over there. So eventually get my truck, get all my stuff, and I make my way over there, and instantly it was like, the manager came up to me and talked to me when I gave the application, and for the first time in a long time, that childlike self was able to come out, and it was honestly channeling through me. It was like, I felt like a giddy little kid. And I noticed that when I left that little interview, I was skipping. I was skipping. And within the next 35 minutes, I had a call, and I have an interview tomorrow with them. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And it's because I've been doing what sounds the most fun to me all the time. As of late, it's been to do the videos, but today I wanted to take some time to relax, and now I have an interview set up with a place that would be, at least from what I've heard, phenomenal for me. Yeah, that's literally my raw experience of finding a lost aspect of myself and communicating with it for the first time in a very long time. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys. Take care.